Dogs.com. I'm here. Hi, it's Mitch from PickDogs.com here with Chris Ruffalo. It is, what day is it? It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Tuesday, August 9th, 2022. It's that time of year, right? Where it's like, we know there's football on Thursday. We got the NFL regular season is less than a month away. It starts on September 8th this year, Thursday night. Los Angeles Rams taking on the Buffalo Bills. And, of course, I'll be live at halftime for that one. Can't wait. I don't know if I'll be live at halftime for any of the preseason. I certainly could use the work.
Are you excited to get back to doing the preseason shows? Or sorry, not the preseason, sorry, the halftime shows?
I think sometimes I really like the halftime. Sometimes I don't. It's like I think I like it because we win. It seems we win an awful lot at halftime. The thing I don't like is that we get, because the popularity of our halftime shows, we get that element of people that are just there to create, a negative situation, and to get me going, which is not that difficult. I mean, it's people are like, you need to let that chick go. It's like, yeah, right. It's like, and we all know that's not going to happen. I'm going to blow a gasket. That's what I do.
There's three sure things in this world: death, taxes, and Mitch blowing a gasket and calling people names.
Oh yeah, I'm a name caller. We know that. It's like let it go. It's like, yeah, right. It's like, why let it go when I can blow a gasket? You act like a 2-year-old. Wow, last year was a 1-year-old. That's progress.
It's like, you have stuff you need to work on. Yeah, well, you have stuff you need to work on. You walking dump truck.
Well, it's like, is acting like a 2-year-old? Is that an upgrade or a downgrade from toddler? Because that's where we were a year ago. I just need to know where I am on the barometer of things.
It's a synonym. It's almost like right next to each other. It's just a different meter.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll have plenty of it this year, but I'm excited to get started. Opening weekend Vegas for me. So be interesting to see. I don't know if I'll just be live on YouTube from a book or something, or if I will be, back at my room doing it. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do.
I never asked you this, but all the times that we met up in Vegas, did you have a favorite sports book that you like going to more than anyone else?
I like the one that I'm winning at.
Fair enough. Okay.
So it just depends. Usually, I'll tell you, I've had more success at MGM than most books. I've done well at MGM. I've done, that's probably because I've played there the most. At Superbook, I've done well at the Westgate. Yeah, I mean, those are really the two that stand out. Last time I was at Aria a lot. So, I don't know. I mean, you could hate MGM if you want. I like the way, I don't like the new setup of it, but the old setup was fine. And they were always nice to me. They all know me. So, when you know the people, they take care of you. And if you take care of them, normally they take care of you. But we got full Major League Baseball card today. Yesterday, 4 favorites, 3 dogs on that card of 7. And I said yesterday on the show, take all the dogs. Just take all the dogs and you'll come out ahead. I'm not sure if that happened or not, because one of them was the Angels, and I believe they were a mild dog. So I had 2 of them. I had Orioles and Giants, so they were plus 300. Yeah, you would have ended up slightly ahead on that. Because you would have been minus 400, and then you would have been plus 3, plus about 410. So you would have ended up $10 ahead. The Sportsbook app sucks. I agree with you on that one. I think that I actually like the Caesars app. So that, I would say, of the apps, the William Hill, formerly the William Hill, now the Caesars app, that's the one that I like the best. But I think with tickets, I just do better with the MGM tickets. And I like the machines that you don't have to, that you can buy the tickets at. You still have to cash out at the register. But I think you're right. The app could use some work, the BetMGM app, for sure. Not as good as some of the others. I think that, I think all the apps could use a little work.
I'll tell you, when I was walking through MGM, that's all they were plugging. They had everybody out on
Yeah,
the floor, just like pushing the app, pushing those, pushing like the electronic kiosks for the
yeah.
tickets, and
That's what they were pushing. Was there like
yeah.
everywhere they had someone pushing the app, and you know, but the app there, it's do I have an app? I'm not even sure if I have it or not. I think being able to load, um, I think being able to load your bankroll with a credit card is one of the great things. It's like not having to worry about the ATM and having all that cash on you and everything like that. I think being able to do that is really good. I think if you were able to withdraw to your checking account or something, that would be great too. This way you don't have to carry that cash, which is the
Yeah.
big pain in the ass. Which, I mean, there are worse problems to have than a wad of cash in your pocket.
For me, it would just be if they were. I know some maybe they can't help but like controlling the processing times. Like I know some places are doing it as fast as a couple hours now, but I don't know. Some digital just for me seems like it could maybe get done faster. I don't know.
Yeah, it just seems like it. Anyways, we've got a bunch of games today. So, what was the biggest surprise for you yesterday?
And I know you alluded to this. The Padres' inability to score runs yet again. I won't lie. I was on the Padres yesterday. Burned my butt, but I just I don't know how that game finishes 1-0. I know, Blake Snell and Alex Wood were two solid pitchers. I just don't know how the Padres couldn't produce anything, and the Padres are on my crap list now.
I think they're just way, way overrated. Padres. For me, it's like I had the Orioles as my $15 big play, and I was surprised that they just jumped all over the Jays like that. They caved a few times, and it looked like they were in trouble, and got out of it every single time.
I mean, for me, the Orioles are surprised. Just I know a lot of people just thought that maybe they would fold when Trey Mancini got traded, but it almost seems like it's galvanized them and helped them play a little bit better.
Anyways,
What, what's that now? 20, 22 and 8 in their last 30 or something?
yeah, they are cruising. They've got a little tougher matchup today. I think tomorrow's game is a little more interesting than today, but yeah, let's just look at some of these games. We'll get right into it. Let's see what we got. Tuesday, August 9th. We've got a double header in Kansas City where the Royals are taking on the White Sox. We got the Phillies, Marlins, and then the Orioles trying to make it back-to-back against the Jays. Tough to beat the Jays twice in a row.
Yeah, no, it is for sure. But that price, I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little odd to me. I mean, maybe it's my bias. Just it feels weird with Alek Manoah, not a heavy favorite with Kyle Bradish on the other side. So may lean towards the under in that game. I think it's a lower scoring game, kind of like we saw on on Monday, at least from Toronto's perspective. I wasn't expecting the runs to be at a premium for the Jays as much as they were, but I still think Manoah keeps the Orioles in check here. I think it's a low scoring game, 1-4 wins in that one, and I'm going to take the Phillies on the run line. Miami right now couldn't score if their lives depended on it. 3 runs or less allowed, or sorry, 3 runs or less scored in 24 of their last 31 games. So I think Zach Wheeler pitching as well as he has all season holds down the Marlins and guides them to a win on the run line here.
Yeah, it's like I wish there was a way I could take the Marlins in this game, but I just can't. I don't even see a path to it. It's like obviously laying that kind of money on Zach Wheeler, just not in my wheelhouse. Minus 250. Braxton Garrett's a good pitcher, but it's like he gets past like the 5th inning, 4th and change, and he seems to get into some trouble. But he's a strikeout guy too. I'd like the over in strikeouts for this game. I think first 5 under all the way. And I like the Royals against the White Sox. Lance Lynn makes me sick. Makes me sick to my stomach.
Is there a pitcher on the other side for that matchup? I'm still seeing TBD.
I thought it was Singer. I don't know if
It
it
could
still
be.
is.
I haven't seen. I'm just seeing TBD on both sides for the Royals.
Let me take a look. See what we got. Of course, Better Call Saul. 1 episode left. So I'm not going to talk about it because I'm not going to spoil it for everybody.
I was going to say, you almost started a riot, incited a riot with near spoilers last time.
Yeah, it really, it's coming down to it, you know. It's the last show ever. It's been a journey, you know, that we've all been on together except for Chris. You know, Breaking Bad, and now Better Call Saul, which is before Breaking Bad, and now we're in Better Call Saul after Breaking Bad. You know, and it's you know, tough, but I think Carol Burnett is just phenomenal. I mean,
El Camino was something there too, right?
Off the chain on Carol Burnett performance on Better Call Saul. I mean, how do you get Carol Burnett? You know, it's like, how do you pull those strings? It's like, I don't think she's been in anything in, like, you know, a zillion years.
40 years at least.
Is that what it is?
Maybe, I don't know.
She hadn't been in anything in a very long time.
Because Carol Burnett show was what, 70s and 80s, maybe?
Yeah, I know she was a big fan of Breaking Bad. Like a big fan. I believe she's friends with Vince Gilligan.
Okay.
So I know she was a big Breaking Bad fan. And that's probably why she did it. She just wanted to be in it. And maybe they just had that part, and it was just, you know, who this, you know, there's no one else can be more perfect for that part. she goes to the life thing, you know, you know, where you push the button, the life lock or whatever you call it. It's like, it's awesome. Awesome. Anyways, we got the Red Sox taking on the Braves. Rich Hill back on the mound on the hill against Charlie Morton, who's been kind of finding his footing, but still not all the way there. The Braves, you know, at this point, they might not catch the Mets. You know, I think it's time to hang on, to look at reality here and say, you know what, maybe the Braves don't catch the Mets. Then you got the Royals and the White Sox game 2, and then Shane Baby Bieber up against the Tigers, who are lights out as a dog in this type of spot. What do you got, Chris?
Yeah, that Tigers Guardians game was kind of, you know, I didn't really go near it because Shane Bieber, obviously the better pitcher here, but he did struggle in a start against the Tigers earlier this year. I think he gave up 5 runs in 6 innings, and Tigers ended up winning that game. So maybe lean towards the Tigers for the value if they can keep it close and steal it late. Maybe take the plus 1.5, but I like the over 9.5 more than anything in that Braves Red Sox game. You know, you mentioned Charlie Morton, sort of turning everything around, but he's alternated good and bad starts in his last 5, so that would probably suggest that he's due for a bit of a bumpy ride here. And Rich Hill, a 5-inning guy at best, and he gives up a fair bit of damage in those 5 innings. I think this one finishes at least 6-5 or something like that. So give me the over 9.5 Braves Red Sox.
So the Tigers have given up 484 runs this season. Okay, and in the grand scheme of things, right? You look at the Blue Jays, right, who are first in the wild card in the American League. They've given up 463. So it's only 21 more runs that they've given up. And the same thing, you know, you go down and you look at the Orioles, who are right there. You know, they've given up 454. You know, and the White Sox, who are right there in the Central, just 2 games back, 478 they've given up. So just 6 more runs, you know, than the Tigers have all season. The issue here is the Tigers have scored 354. And that is, you know, that's 15 times more than the Padres score in a month, but it's, you know, it's not good enough. You know, it's that close. You know, that's how close it is from being a really good team to a really bad team. They give up, you know, from first place to last place, they give up 484. If they give up 20 runs less and score 30 runs more, you know, so 30 runs more so we're at the exact 2/3 point of the season right now, right? We're exactly 2/3 of the way through. This is the third of the season left, about 54 games for most teams. So that's a third of the season. And you look at a stat like this and it's, 30 runs one game, 30 the other. It's a run every 3 days, That's all it is. It's a run every 3 days and two run and maybe 2 runs allowed or a run allowed every 2 or 3 days. That's all it is. The difference between being first place and last place. And you see people in the comments of the YouTube of like Romanelli's thing, oh, I can't believe this team beat this team. Oh, it's rigged. It's like, this is how freaking close it is. This is how close it is. It's like the Tigers have allowed 484 runs and have scored 354. The Rays have scored 443 and allowed 421. So it's like they just have played fundamentally better baseball. But it's like over the grand scheme of things, it's like 1 run every 2 days. That's all it is. It's all it is. That's the difference. Baseball is game of inches. I think the Braves could still catch the Mets. Believe me, all it takes is 2 good weeks and 2 bad weeks, and both those teams fully capable of doing those sort of things. But anyways, back to these games. It's Braves Red Sox,
Royals White Sox game
2, and Tigers Guardians.
Yeah.
So I like the Braves personally in this one against the Red Sox. I think it's time for I think the Braves probably getting good value on them because of how bad they were in Citi Field against the Mets. And the White Sox probably win game 2. They probably split this thing because that's what they've done all season. White Sox, Royals. I'm doing the bookmarks as we're going.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. What are you selling today?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say the White Sox, I think, need this series. I mean, they need to take advantage of winnable games while they can get them. And I know Lance Lynn hasn't been great, but at least he's a consistent starter in that rotation. He hasn't been terrible. He's been bad all season, but his last couple of his more recent starts haven't been all that bad. So at least provides some hope. But for me, for what I got for sale today, I got my $15 pickoff play. Fortunately, like I said, we had the Padres yesterday. Bit of a bumpy start to the week, but come back with a vengeance on Tuesday. I really like my play today. Also got a 3-pack as well. The $15 play not included in that 3-pack as well. So I have 4 plays in total today, or like I always say, use that promo code OG15 for 15% off at Pick Dogs Premium. And also check out long-term stuff as well, because sometimes you get those bonus plays in there that maybe don't make the package, but they're still premium plays. So, and again, I can't stress enough, use that promo code. It's going to be there till the end of August. So get to, especially with football right around the corner, you're probably going to want to hop on something long-term as well. So we're all looking forward to.
Yeah, I have my $15 big play. I haven't put in my other picks yet. I just running way behind these days in the morning. Just a lot going on. But I have a bunch of plays I know that I will be putting in. I've hit my last 3 $15 big plays. I had the Orioles yesterday. So Raven Ron, you weren't the one that told you all. I've had my pick in probably 10. I had my pick in probably 12 hours before you gave out that pick, if you actually did give it out anywhere. I put my picks in the night before my $15 big play. And so, I'm sure there were other people that also had the Orioles. So you didn't tell you all, maybe you told yourself. You certainly don't make my bets for me. I find those type of comments annoying. I told you, thank me later. It's like, man, we should just do a show. I told you, just go through all our winners, Go through every winner that I gave. I know that I gave out some monster parlays recently on the weekend show. I know I gave out a couple monsters that hit, and I gave out that Tigers reverse run line. It was like plus 500 and something. I had Tigers first five, Tigers first run line, Tigers everything, right? It's like we had that game. And then the Rays, right? Minus the 2.5 with the Dodgers, minus 2.5 parlay. But my $15 big play, straight fire. Be sure to use that code AUG15. It's good on everybody's packages, not just ours. So be sure to check it out. Good morning, everyone. Has Josh Hader even pitched for the Padres yet? I don't think they've had the lead, like in a save situation, since he's joined the team. I'll tell you what, Juan Soto sure is a happy guy every time he actually gets on base.
So I got a walk last night, and I wasn't watching the game at the time. I was like, oh, I wonder if he's yucking it up and celebrating.
Breakdancing, he lands in the pose. How does the Vogue?
Reaches in his back pocket and pulls out the cardboard mat and starts breakdancing at second base.
Oh, this isn't Vogue. This is, if you like it bad, put a ring on it. If you love it bad, put a ring. Say, whoa, oh, oh.
I think I found your new karaoke song.
What's it? All single ladies. All single ladies.
Yeah,
All single ladies. Well,
Don't ask me to be the backup dancer, I swear.
If you like it, then you better put a ring on it.
It's like you're doing this in Vegas, and me and Tony are your backup dancers, me and Tony T.
I love Beyonce. I think she should be the Super Bowl act every year at the halftime. I vote for it. Oh, man. All right. What do we got next? We've got, if you like it, then you better put a ring on it. Mets, Reds. This is the hero series. Everyone, take the Mets. It's like, take the Mets run line. It's like, yeah, still minus 160. Cubs and the Nationals. Less convinced Stroman versus Espino than I was with yesterday, where it was kind of like you had to take the Cubs. And then you got Freddie Peralta pitching against the Rays. This is a good series too. This is a good one too. What do you think of these?
Yeah. Speaking of things that won't have a ring on it, Mike Minor pitching for the Reds today. Just you look at his last start, 3 runs over 5 1/3 doesn't look bad, but gave up all 3 runs in a loss to the Miami Marlins, who, like we said before, couldn't hit their way out of a wet paper bag right now. And Carlos Carrasco, he does pitch better at home, but I agree, minus 1.5 at minus 160. Absolutely nothing there. You'd have to go minus 2.5 or pass in this one.
I thought Dunn pitched pretty well in that game. Justin, yeah, I thought he pitched really well.
For what his numbers,
he got shaken up early, but after that he was tough.
I mean, for what the numbers were suggesting for him going into that game, I think he did pitch.
He gave his team a chance to win, and the Reds had players. They had chances. They just did not convert on them. But he put his team in position the best that you could hope on the road against the Mets. He did the best that you could hope for.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to be key for them, long term, keeping Dunn in the rotation. But I losing my damn focus here. I'm gonna go with the under 8, under 7. Okay, get it together, Ruffalo. Okay, I'm gonna take the under 7.5 or under 8 Nationals Cubs. Marcus Stroman, or sorry, I shouldn't say that. I should say the over 7.5. Sorry, Marcus Stroman pitches far worse at home. I know the Nationals, not a team that you can, not a team you can bank on for reliable offense, especially after trading some of their guys away, most notably Josh Bell. But I think this is just another one of those spots where Marcus Stroman struggles at home. And as well as he's pitching, not a minus 200 pitcher for me. On the other side, Paulo Espino, he has had his bumps as well, and I think this is one of those. This is going to be the game where we get into double digits. So give me Nationals Cubs over 7.5.
Wasn't that another Kanye rant when Beyonce didn't win the Grammy for that?
And he went up on stage in front of Taylor Swift, and
yeah.
it was like It's like, Taylor, I know I'm gonna let you have your moment, but Beyonce should have won this award. I know, I know you should have won the world championship, but Beyonce should have won this award too.
I'll tell you what, man. I think the Reds get one from the Mets in one of these games. I think this is a good dog slot. I think that the Nationals, or I think if you take the Nationals here money line and the Reds money line, you're probably going to hit one of those minimum. I think the Nationals with Espino have a better shot against Stroman. Stroman has not been good this year. I don't know.
I'm trying to pull up his home ERA. I know it was like through 4 starts, it was up around 9.
The Cards got him last time. He gave up those 2 bombs. Well, he had that one game against the Cardinals. He's been absolutely shellacked, and I think that's has been his issue.
So 22 and 2/3 innings at home compared to 52 or almost 52 innings on the road. But at home this year, 0 and 3, a 7.94 ERA, 1.5 WHIP.
All single ladies. All single ladies. No. It's kitschy. That song just gets in your head, man. That's it. That's it. I don't know, man. I think that I like the Brewers in this game, but now that I see 162 on Peralta, I'm not liking it all that much anymore. I think the Rays are worth the shot here. I think even though game 1 of a series, they've been terrible. But the Brewers have not been good recently either, getting kind of beaten up by the Cincinnati Reds. Both these teams have the same record. And both these teams, both these guys, they need this. You know, they need it. That American League wild card race is tight as a vice, and the National League, the Brewers are on the outside looking in. When we look at the wild card race here, it's the Rays are just a half game up on the Mariners and a game and a half on the Orioles. And when we look at the Brewers, they're now a game out from the Padres and 2 games out on the Phils. And both those trailing the Braves, and now it's the Cardinals putting some distance between them and the Brewers. 2 games now in the National League Central. So there's some big issues there. There's some big problems, but both these teams very, very much need this one. I kind of like the Rays. I don't like the way Peralta's pitched.
I haven't seen enough of him really since coming back from injury to justify a minus 160 price tag. I think he's still a good pitcher, but I don't know.
All right. Well, speaking of pretty good pitchers, we got Urquidy up against Martin Perez in the Astros Rangers under. We got Rockies versus Cardinals over, and then we've got A's versus Angels. Why bother playing? Chris, what do you think?
Well, you read my mind on some of these, but I like the under 7.5 in that Rangers Astros game. Martin Perez, he's pitched well against the Astros this season. I don't expect it to continue long term, but he has pitched better on the road this season. 5-0 record and ERA just over 2. And I think Jose Urquidy, does pitch well at home himself, and ERA just over 2 at home in his starts this year. So give me the under 7.5. The Astros continue to be kings of the under. And I may get the foolish and lag vision here. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get a read, but I'm going to take the Oakland A's here. Shohei Ohtani hasn't looked good in his last 3 starts. James Caprillion starting to pitch a lot better than a lot of his numbers would indicate. And even with Ohtani, I'm not trying to lay minus 185, minus 190 with the LA Angels. So maybe take Oakland plus 1.5 if you want the safety net, but maybe I'll go full value here and go for the Oakland A's on the money line.
What about Miles Mikolos's ERA at Coors?
I don't know if he has a specific. I haven't looked to see what his ERA at Coors is, but
this is your homework for the next 2 minutes.
Okay.
See if you can get Miles Mikolos's ERA at Coors and make sure you're going to do a doubled glasses check on this thing. Where do you see this thing? This is like a Josiah Gray and night game type number. This is like, it's like, what? It's like it's one of those things where it's like he's a really good pitcher, right? He's not like elite, right? He's not like Greg Maddux or like he's not like DeGrom or Verlander. He's not like in that class, but he's not like in the Anibal Sanchez, range. And he's above kind of that Marcus Stroman, Justin Steele, right? So he's kind of like he's good, but it's like, and then you see that ERA at Coors, and it's kind of like, what? It's like what I say to the dog. What?
Okay, give me a sec here. I've almost got it.
Sam gets all excited when you do that. It's like, what?
So you're talking career number at Coors?
I believe that's the one. Starts with the Spanish ocho.
Oh boy. Okay, hold on.
All single ladies. All the single ladies. Oh.
Is this my music while I'm on hold with my computer waiting for
it?
What?
See? Did you find it?
8.44 ERA, 2 starts, 3 appearances, so relief appearances, 10 earned runs, 12 total runs allowed, and 10 2/3.
Yep.
I'm just trying to see when he pitched there. Not that it matters. I mean, it matters in somewhat of a sense, but he hasn't pitched there since 2019, and the one time he really got rocked was 2012, where he allowed 3 runs in 1 inning, or 3 earned runs in 1 inning of relief. Last time he pitched at Coors, 3 runs, 5 innings. But it's given up 5 home runs in those 10 innings, so.
Yeah.
I'll take it for what it's worth.
Who's on the other side of that one? Who's going to try and put their finger in the dike?
Ryan Feltner.
Yeah, 3.2 innings last time, 8 hits against the Padres, put 13 on them.
Fair enough.
The Marlins put 9 on him. It's like, it's not good signs. It's like when the Pirates put 10 on you, the Marlins put 9, and the Padres put 13 on you. This pitching thing, you might not be in your long term. Might not be your long term thing. All right, let's see what we got next. Yeah.
Who's the one pitcher that, like, every time you see them, like, take the mound, you were laughing because you're like, this is too easy?
Oh, it's got a lot of them. I mean,
do you have a top 3
that are this year's version of that?
Can be this year, can be, I'd say last like 5-10 years.
Well, I think that normally it's been Justice Sheffield and Taijuan Walker after the break. I mean, Justice Sheffield is normally good for a crooked number, I don't know, 3 out of 5 every innings that he pitches. I mean, and now it's Lance Lynn. I mean, these days it's Lance Lynn.
My favorite last year.
Oh yeah, Mike Minor is definitely in that category.
Last year it was Ryan Weathers whenever he was stepping to the mound for the Padres. And he gave up 5 before he even threw a first pitch. Say if the year, if he was getting as much exposure as it did this year, last year when Ryan Weathers pitched, you could probably retire on the money you would have made with by fading that, or by going with the year fee.
The year fee. I kind of like the A's today too against Ohtani. Why not? Shohei. We got the Pirates taking on the Diamondbacks. Last night, 3-0. It was actually, I was watching Better Call Saul. I had it up on the other thing, and it was one of those things where it's like I had the game on one of the top TVs, but I'm watching Better Call Saul, and as riveting as Better Call Saul is, it's like I've still almost got put to sleep by the Diamondbacks game. It was like it was really tough one. Then I watched also the Giants and the Padres. That was excitement. I mean, it's like the thing about the Padres, it's not even like you don't even feel like they're going to score. You know, it's like they're just kind of just sit there. Um, I mean, Alex Wood has really been the second a great pitcher for them. Then you got the Dodgers against the Twins, Urias against Joe Ryan, and then the Yankees and the Mariners. It was all Yankees last night in Seattle. Logan Gilbert, I don't know. He's the one guy that can't seem to get it done against the Yankees. So we got these four: D-backs, Pirates, Padres, Giants, Dodgers, Twins, Seattle Yankees, all trying to put a ring on it.
Yeah, from what I did see from that Giants Padres game last night, you're right. It's almost like you're just waiting for. You're like, we might as well just let the Giants hit 9 straight half innings because the Padres aren't going to score. It's like they might as well just concede and then just let the Giants hit so we can just get out of here. So yeah, I'm a Joe Musgrove fan. Mitch has alluded to this in the past, but I can't do the Padres anymore. I lean towards the Giants with Alex Cobb pitching, the lesser of two evils right now, and go with the Giants in that one. I'll also take the Pittsburgh Pirates with a shot here with Zach Thompson. He hasn't been great, but if there's a time where Thompson's going to rectify any of the issues that he's had post All-Star break, it'd probably be here. Maybe the over, the better bet in that game in case he doesn't. And the Diamondbacks get to Thompson here. I don't want any part of Tommy Henry. He didn't look good in his debut, and I think we have a bit of a higher scoring game here. I think we get to 9, maybe 10 runs in that game. I also go with the Seattle Mariners. You know, you're right. It was all the Yankees on Monday, but Luis Castillo held the Yankees in check for each of his first 2 starts. This will be the third time in less than a month that I think he's facing the Yankees, and the Yankees still sort of haven't been able to figure him out. Garrett Cole not pitching like an ace. I'll tell you, I think it's 14 runs allowed in his last 3 starts, a 7.0 ERA. And, fading Garrett Cole, now one of my favorite new pastimes. So give me the Seattle Mariners now.
Yeah, I'm all over the Mariners. Can't stand Cole. I made that pretty clear for the last 4 years on this show. I think that this is a great spot to take the Pirates, even though they don't score any runs either. But probably the under, the better play there. And then, I don't know. Joe Ryan, it's like I like him, but I don't like him this much. I mean, he's so inconsistent. He gave up 10 runs to the Padres, 5 homers. It's like you gave up 10 runs to the Padres. Like, time for some serious self-evaluation.
Some soul searching.
Yep. Anyways, we go to the parlay section of the show.
Yeah, for my parlay today, I'm going to go with the over 9.5 Braves Red Sox. I'll go with the Philadelphia Phillies on the run line, and I'll go with the over 7.5 Nationals Cubs.
I'm going to take the over in the White Sox Royals game 1. I'm going to take the over in the Rays Brewers game, and I'll take the under in the Diamondbacks Pirates game. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you.